When the first temple at Berry Place, London was bustling and overcrowded with devotees, Srila Prabhupada was inspired to ask George Harrison to buy a larger property to house the devotees. George responded positively, and soon Pigott's Manor in Aldenham became Bhaktivedanta Manor, and the beginnings of a dream that would unfold over the next 50 years was set in motion.
All glory is to George Harrison. You have given us this shelter. Krishna will give you shelter at his lotus feet. We shall pray always like that.
Well, everything feels so exciting at the moment, and the future is just going to be overwhelming.
From the early days that we had Bhaktivedanta Manor, the attendance at festivals and Sundays was building up. We were having wonderful festivals with tens of thousands coming for Janmashtami, Diwali and Ram Navami. All of a sudden, in the mid-80s, there was a change of attitude by a number of local people. They put pressure on the council in order to take action, in order to stop the use of Bhaktivedanta Manor for public worship by anyone.
This Krishna consciousness that we'd all come to was going to be taken away from us, you know, and we felt this was our mission. We had to go out there and save the temple.
For me, always the most memorable was when we had this march to Parliament, when the whole Indian community, Hindu community, and other supporters got together in order to make sure that Bhaktivedanta Manor was a place where everyone could visit.
After a tremendous battle, we got a permission to have Janmashtami at Bhaktivedanta Manor if we were able to build the road. It was a great effort on part of the community. We bought the land, we built the road, and we saved the temple.
We saw that the building needed some real tender loving care. So in 2004, the whole building was renovated, right from the ground floor up to the roof and the chimney stacks, and the manor was restored to its full former glory.
After a long struggle over 2 years to obtain planning permission, we finally got permission, and in 2010 we opened the new Gokul Centre. So this was really the community coming together on many different levels to try to achieve Srila Prabhupada's vision for the cows. And this is now the prime centre, the foremost centre for cow protection and working oxen in this country.
We seemed to be in planning for years. Then all the councillors started to say, we want a master plan. And that master plan, all your development requirements must be there for the next 15 years. And I immediately thought, this is some kind of trick. They want all of our applications, everything together, they see the whole picture and they refuse it. And it forced us to think about, well, what is the future of this place? What is our need? And how long are we going to keep on rationalizing the absolute no space in this place? And thus, that's where we come up with, we need the Shree Krishna Haveli.
The temple building's really overstretched. The queue to come into the theatre here, the queue to get prasad, and the queue to see the deities all seem to merge together. And the temple becomes really hectic, and this makes it hard for people to get where they want to.
Krishna Club is a Sunday school facility here at Bhaktivedanta Manor. We're currently oversubscribed. We even have parents putting their children's names down before they're born. So if we had more facility, we'd be able to cater for all the families who'd like to come here and cater for our growing community much better.
We have 4 classrooms here at the school, which are quite tight and fill the capacity, but we don't have any bigger spaces to spill into. So we need a sports hall where the children can actually fully engage in that vital activity. Now we have to book venues outside in order to facilitate our end-of-year performances.
There is a big demand for school visits. We have schools coming from all over the country. Some of the schools, they want to bring in excess of 200 pupils, and we can't really cater for more than 120.
Our Prasadam hall only holds 50 people. And on an average Sunday, we have over 1,000 people who are here. So there's a need for a big Prasadam hall. We also have a big problem with the shoes. The shoe area is very small. We have outgrown this building over the last 3 years. We'll really be looking at a solution. And I think we've got it now.
The public consultation took place on the 9th of July 2012, over 6 weeks, with the community, with the public, with our neighbours, with the devotees of the temple. It took another 2 long years for us to get the full approval to have this Haveli.
When it was getting closer and closer to the determination, I heard each councillor speaking, and I was hearing continuously that this is a win-win situation. It's a win for the temple, it's a win for our locals, it's a win for the borough. And in that I thought, this is a historic moment for Bhaktivedanta Manor. And obviously there was a positive decision, and we were granted permission for the master plan for Bhaktivedanta Manor, the Shree Krishna Haveli.
So here we are at the site of the Shree Krishna Haveli, just around the Tulsi houses and the playground. This Haveli will be a great meeting place and a warm place where people get their first impression of Bhaktivedanta Manor. Devotees will greet them and then introduce them into all the wonderful activities and things going on here.
I'm really excited about the new kitchen. A big deal out of all this is like we're going to have a prasadam hall next to the kitchen. A hot prasadam will be going out, and transfer will be so much easier. At the moment, transfer is like quite a few yards away.
As mums collectively, we're really excited about having these crèche facilities at the Haveli. At the moment it is a bit of a struggle, finding somewhere to feed, finding somewhere to change the baby, but to have a room where the baby can play freely, where we can change their nappies in a nice warm environment, we can feed them, and at the same time we're able to listen to lectures. This is like a win-win situation. We're really excited.
We are very excited for the Haveli facility, because then we can conduct weddings in a place where it's purpose-built facility.
For the youth, for the Pandava Center, it means we can do workshops, it means we can do dramas, it means we can do retreats on a bigger scale.
The shrine will remain here. The deities were installed by Srila Prabhupada, they're going to be here. The arti ceremonies and the puja and everything will be done here. When the Haveli gets built, then bigger functions like prasadam, kirtan, classes, they will move there.
Sri Radha Gokulananda's Haveli is truly a dream coming into reality. Whether we are Hanuman or a little squirrel, each of us has the opportunity to do something wonderful with our lives by helping in every way we possibly can.
We meet at a very special time. 50 years since His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. I look at what you've done in the last 50 years, and I think how much you can achieve in the next 50. In fact, the next half century starts right now as we begin building the new spiritual hall, the Krishna Haveli. And I'm delighted to be putting the first tool in the ground, I think right in front of me here.
Haveli is a place where people can get together, discuss about spiritual science, the difference between material nature and the spiritual reality. So that is why these are the important projects that we are trying to establish.
This is history in making. We are passing it on to generations after generations after generations, and our children, their children and their children will have the use of this wonderful facility. It's a legacy. We are creating this legacy.
The completion of the Haveli marks the final stages of Srila Prabhupada's dream here at Bhaktivedanta Manor. In 1973, Srila Prabhupada had blessed George Harrison for giving shelter to all of us. Certainly, Srila Prabhupada will bless all of us for completing the Shree Krishna Haveli for future generations. We need everyone's help. Let's take it from dream to reality. Shree Krishna Haveli.
Well, everything feels so exciting at the moment, and the future is just going to be overwhelming.